So, friends, so we'll start the MOSFET chapter. So here first we'll start the MOS basics. Okay, MOS means metal oxide semiconductor junction or MOS capacitor. So I have shown you this picture because ultimate goal is this. Okay, from a MOS capacitor, what you will give? So for a MOS capacitor, though there is a oxides layer in between the metal and semiconductor, so there is no current flow. That means there is no IV characteristics of MOS junction or MOS capacitor. So only the CV characteristics or QV characteristics. Okay, so from MOS junction or MOS capacitor, only you can calculate or we can discuss about the MOS capacitors. Okay, so here the typical MOS capacitor. Okay, so you can see the voltage range is minus 20 to plus 20, and this y-axis you can see this is C by C0. So I'll discuss what is C and what is C0. Okay, this is the normalized capacitance of a MOS capacitor. Okay, C0 is nothing the ideal capacitor and C is the actual capacitor of the MOS. Okay, so right side you can see this is the MOS metal oxide semiconductor and connected to a DC voltage with a sinusoidal voltage. Okay, so at DC voltage at steady state there is no current flow, but during that time varying signal, so current will flow. That is, as it is capacitor, the current is 90 degree phase shift with the voltage. So you can see at very low voltage the capacitor is almost constant. So once you will go to threshold voltage, it is minimum. Again, if you go, if you operate in high frequency, then it is constant in that lower range. And if you operate in lower frequency, then the capacitor again increases and this is constant. So this is the typical MOS characteristics curve. So any interview, they will ask this thing actually. So that's why you need to understand very clearly this part. How it is, how it came, and what is C by C0, why it is written as this way. Okay, so this thing and this is the concentration. Okay, this frequency part, all this they will ask. So you should very clear about this. Okay, now I will start the main thing. Okay.
Sir, what was NS and
NS is the surface concentration. Okay, electron concentration at surface. Okay, charge concentration.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I'll discuss that thing. So you start from here. So this is MOS transistor. So this is MOS transistor means metal oxide semiconductor junction. Only MOS. There is not MOSFET. It's two terminal device. Only the gate terminal and the substrate terminal. Okay. So in between them, that is gate and substrate. So one oxide layer is there. Okay. So it is MOS means metal and oxide and semiconductor. And metal is nothing but it may be aluminum or it may be polysilicon. Okay. So that polysilicon may be the heavily doped polysilicon or lightly doped polysilicon. Sometimes it is P-type polysilicon, N-type polysilicon. So it is act as a metal. So depends on the application or depends upon the requirement of a threshold voltage. So you can change the polysilicon doping or you can change polysilicon to metal or metal to polysilicon and doping also. So this is the metal part, and the oxide is silicon dioxide. Is very pure silicon dioxide, and the substrate P is nothing but the P-type substrate. It's doped with P-type material. Okay, so acceptor material. So this is P-type substrate, and again I've given the constant voltage and some sinusoidal voltage. At constant voltage, it's almost there is no current because at steady state capacitor have no current, but due to sinusoidal voltage, the current will flow in a 90 degree phase shift. So that's why it's capacitor, it's the current voltage relationship with 90 degree phase shift. Okay, so though the capacitor, oxide layer is there, so there is no IV characteristics. So if anyone asks what is the IV characteristic of draw the IV characteristic of the MOS junction, so first you will say it's a capacitor. So there is no IV characteristics. Only it is possible to we can draw the QV characteristic, charge voltage versus voltage, or CV characteristics, capacitor voltage versus voltage. So this thing we can see. This is the capacitor versus voltage characteristics. So as I showed you the first slide. So see, so this is the general capacitance voltage characteristics of a MOS junction. Okay. So in the y-axis you can see C by C0. So here what is C and what is C0? You need to understand very clearly. Okay. C0 is nothing but the reference. Okay. So C0 is the ideal capacitor. Ideal means suppose you will connect means you will have two metals and in between them one silicon dioxide or insulator. The capacitor from is ideal capacitor. Okay. But here on the left side, it is the actual capacitor. Actual capacitor of that MOS. The metal is the gate is the metal or polysilicon, and the silicon dioxide is the insulator part, and the substrate is the p-type substrate. Okay. So this is the actual capacitor. So we will do the normalized capacitance. We will calculate the normalized capacitance. So that is the y-axis and versus voltage. Okay. So voltage from negative voltage to positive voltage, and we will see what is the capacitance variation in actual capacitance, because in ideal capacitance it's always constant. Okay. So if the actual capacitance of the MOS will vary, so that thing we can plot. So this is the reference. C0 is the reference. So at very negative voltage, at around 20 voltage, minus 20 or minus 30 voltage, the actual capacitance of the MOS junction is nothing but equal to the ideal capacitance. So that's why you can see at this point. Okay, at this you are seeing the pointers, mouse pointer. Yes or no?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So at this point, this is at very negative voltage. At negative voltage, you can see the C by C0, the normalized capacitance is 1. That means this at very negative voltage, the actual capacitance of the MOS is nothing but the C0. Okay. So once you will change the voltage, so it will change the capacitance. Okay, of this, because this is constant. This capacitor is metal and metal. So same type of metal. So nothing is there. So that's why it is constant. And this part capacitance will change due to the voltage. Because if you change the voltage, then surface charge will change, different things will happen. That's why the capacitor will change. So that's why the capacitor will decrease. Okay, decrease up to threshold voltage. Okay, so threshold voltage, we'll see what is threshold voltage. So just here you remember the capacitance, first it will come to flat band voltage, then VT. At threshold voltage, the capacitance will be minimum. Okay, so if you will give the high frequency signal to these 2 points, so then capacitor will be constant at that point. If it is low frequency, then capacitor will again increase and constant to that initial value. Okay, so this is the CV characteristics. Okay, so anyone can ask draw the MOS structure, so you can draw. So after that you will ask draw the means this capacitance, how it behaves, means what is the characteristics with the voltage. So that time you have to define. It is the reference to the ideal MOS. So if you write direct C, that's wrong. It's reference to C0, ideal. Okay, this is very, very important. So then after you can define the accumulation region, then depletion region, then inversion region, then flat band voltage, then VT, threshold voltage, then you will go for the frequency part. So this is all about the this MOS junction. Okay, so you should know very well. So what is C, what is C0, what is these regions, and this voltage, VT, flat band, and frequencies. Okay, so clear about this thing?
Sir, what is VFB? Sir, VFB.
This is V flat band. Okay, so flat band means shown the. I'll show you in detail. Flat band means the band is flat. There is no bending. Okay. That is, you know, for the p-type substrate, that is the concentration of P and concentration of N and the intrinsic concentration. You know that thing or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is at the surface because it's a MOS junction, metal oxide silicon. So during that surface, oxide to silicon, that surface, the flat is the concentration is flat or bending. If it is flat, so that point voltage is nothing but a flat band voltage. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we'll go to next slide. So yeah, so this is the very introduction part. So you need to understand all these things. Okay, that's why I have shown here. So you need to know everything: the capacitor, the actual capacitor, ideal capacitor, flat band voltage, threshold voltage, then depletion region, accumulation region, inversion region, and the frequency parts. Okay. So next here,
Sir,
yes. Yes,
so
ma'am.
that frequency part, the frequency is first decreasing and then increasing for the whole length of the voltages.
No, if the frequency decreases, then the capacitor will increase of this MOS structure. At low frequency, after threshold, if you increase the voltage, then capacitor again increase and it will be constant after certain voltage. Okay, so that thing we will discuss why it is happening. Okay, so I'll discuss everything from charge to electric field, electric field to surface potential. Then I will draw. I have drawn everything, so you will clearly understand everything. If you feel any doubt, then you can ask. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So next we will what we will discuss. So these things are actually we'll discuss because though it is very important, whether it's your interview point of interview or design or analysis, anywhere in your life, means in this domain. So this is very important. So that's why 3 to 4 class I'll take particularly in this MOS, very qualitative analysis. Okay, very means less equation I'll use, very simple algebraic equations, but you will understand very well. So that's why. So in this part, first we'll discuss the device structure and the fabrication. Fabrication already you know. So it is only the fabrication of oxide and metal. So no other things are there. Then QV characteristics, because before calculating the CV characteristics, we should know the QV characteristics. What is the charge versus voltage? Because from that charge, dq by dv, that is the capacitance. Once you will get the charge, then you can calculate the capacitance. Okay, so all this calculation first will do on the ideal MOS capacitor. Okay, ideal means there is no non-ideality charges are there, no metal to semiconductor work function is there, everything is zero. Okay, that is the ideal MOS capacitor. So in this ideal MOS capacitor, we will do this all these things, QV characteristics, then CV characteristics. Then we will discuss the accumulation region, what is depletion region, and what is inversion region, how it is formed with the voltage. Okay. Then threshold voltage and flat band voltage. Okay. Then we will go energy band diagram after this. Okay. Before this, what I will discuss without the energy band diagram. Okay. So definitely you will understand, because once the non-ideal part will come, so that time energy band diagram is must. Without energy band diagram, we can't explain properly. So that's why that time we will use the energy band diagram. So before that, we will simply you can calculate all these things. Okay. And then low frequency and high frequency CV characteristics. Okay. Then after this, we will go for the 3-terminal MOS structure. So up to this, we will explain or we will discuss on 2-terminal, means only the gate and substrate connections. Okay, this is 2-terminal. So after that, we will go for the 3-terminal. Okay, 3-terminal means we will add a source terminal. Then on the basis of source, gate and bulk, we will calculate the body effects. Okay, so body effect means that if a source to bulk voltage changes, how the body effect will come and the threshold voltage variation will come. So that thing we'll discuss. So after that, if you are on means clear about all these things, then we'll go for the 4-terminal MOS device, then source, drain, gate, wall. Okay, so there you will calculate the current voltage equations, then scaling and geometry, other things are there. So that thing we'll discuss. Okay. So here already I have discussed. This is the structure, metal, oxide, and semiconductor. And here you can see the interface. This is oxide and this is silicon. So here the interface also important. Interface means at this interface a lot of charges are there due to non-ideality of the MOS. So some fixed charges are there because that is SiO2. This is Si. Okay. So that's why this junction is not absorbed. So that's why some charges, positive charges will be there. So that thing we will discuss in the non-ideality part. But for ideal case, interface charge is 0. Okay, and this is the ideal MOSFET, ideal capacitor. And the fabrication, the oxidation. So first, after the substrate, you will do the oxidation. Okay, so this oxide layer depends upon the means actually technology or requirement. So that's how thin or how thick that is depends on the technology. If technology scale it's a lower technology, then oxide thickness is less. Okay, if you use a higher technology, oxide thickness is more. Okay, so that's the oxidation part. And the next is the metallization. Metallization means after the oxide layer, we will put the metal. Okay, that metal may be aluminum or polysilicon. Okay, that polysilicon may be heavily doped or lightly doped. Okay. So gate and substrate different. Next thing is that phi ms. Phi ms nothing but the metal to semiconductor work function. Okay, so here for MOS, ideal MOS, this part will assume that it is 0. Okay, when we will discuss on the non-ideality of the MOS, so that we will calculate what is MS from the band diagram. What is the metal work function, metal to semiconductor work function? We will calculate that part and add in our calculation. Okay, and the interface is between Si2 and silicon. So here the ideal MOS junction or capacitor. So as I said, here we will assume all these things are 0. That phi ms metal to semiconductor work function. So if the metal and semiconductor are different, so that's why in between them some voltage will be there. So that is called metal semiconductor work function. Okay, so we'll assume it's 0. And other charges. Okay, so during the fabrication, these charges will be in the oxide and the oxide silicon interface will generally form. So all this part will be 0 for this calculation, ideal MOS. So first one is QIT. This is interface trapped charge. Okay, so it is during the fabrication, these charges are created inside the surface of this oxide. This is 0. QOT and oxide trapped charge also, and QF, this is fixed charge at the interface, and QM, mobile charge in the oxide. So these 4 parts we will discuss in when we will go for the non-ideality MOS. Okay, but here we will assume all this thing as 0. Okay, that phi ms and all charges are 0. And another thing we will assume the substrate. Okay, here the substrate is uniformly doped. It's everywhere. It's uniform. The doping concentration is same everywhere. Okay, this is another. And another thing is no charge in the device. No charge will flow in the device when the V is equal to 0. Okay, so these things we will assume for a ideal MOS capacitor. So there is no charge when supply voltage is 0 and the P substrate is uniform doping, and our silicon dioxide is very pure. Okay, no charges inside that. Okay, so this is the things. So what we will do? So using this ideal MOS capacitor, what thing we can do or what analysis we do. So here we will do first in case 1, we will apply supply voltage less than 0. Okay, so in that less than that is generally called accumulation region. Okay, so we will have the accumulation region form. Okay, how the charge, then electric field, then surface potential, how it is formed, that thing will show in some diagrams, and we will calculate that part. And the case 2, V is equal to V greater than 0. Okay, so in that you will get depletion plus weak inversion. Okay, I'll differentiate how the region is depletion actually. Before threshold is all the region is the depletion region, but some part will come on the weak inversion. Okay, that part I will discuss. And the case 3, V greater than Vt. So after threshold voltage, if you reach the threshold voltage, that is inversion will start. Okay, so after threshold voltage, we generally call it strong inversion region. Okay, so that thing we'll discuss. And finally, that flat band voltage and threshold voltage we'll discuss in very detail. Okay. So here, this slide is very, very important. Just to understand, it's case 1. Okay. So if you will not get, then just that time you can ask. So in case 1, you can see the supply voltage is less than 0. Okay, and it's called the accumulation region. So this first figure, you can see this part is metal, this side, this is metal part, and this part is oxide, and this part is your substrate. Okay, so first understand the figure. This part is your metal, this is your oxide, and this is your substrate. Okay, so though it is a p-type substrate, the concentration of P is very, very high. It's around 10 to the power 16. Okay, so concentration of P is very, very high. Though it is in equilibrium state, so the N, the concentration of means whole electrons is very, very less. Okay, so you know the condition, equilibrium condition, P into N is equal to Ni square. Okay, that's if it is 10 to the power 16, it is around 10 to the power 4 or like that, because Ni is nothing but 10 to the power 10. Okay, so Ni square is equal to P into N. Okay, so this is your concentration level. Okay, and next thing is this figure I have shown in the carrier concentration in logarithmic scale. So assume it is in a logarithmic scale. Okay, because it is in the orders. It's 10 to the power 16, it's 10 to the power 10, 10 to the power 4. So this is in the logarithmic order. Okay. Now what we will do? This part you understood or not? Please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is
So
metal.
can you please explain once again? I couldn't understand the third part when you started with
This
PN.
core no. Core part I will go. Just whatever I said up to that means this is metal, this is oxide. Okay, and this is semiconductor, and the concentration of holes is around 10 to the power 16. Okay, this is straight line, and the concentration of electron is around 10 to the power 4. This is straight line. Okay, this is the Ni, intrinsic carrier concentration. Okay, you know the intrinsic carrier concentration.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this thing. So generally, this is I have mentioned 1. 1 means V is equal to 0. I have written here. At 1, it means V is equal to 0. So when you will give V is equal to 0, in previous slide what I said, at V is equal to 0, there is no charges flow in this structure.
Yes.
There is no charges flow in the structure. So everything in flat. Okay. So now what we will do, we will decrease the voltage, or the voltage will be less than 0. So at this condition, what happens? If we will give a voltage at the gate, this side, the less than 0. Okay. So what happens? This is the electric field. So though it is negative voltage, and here this voltage is less than 0. Okay, that means it is connected metal to semiconductor. Okay, if it is less than 0, what happen? The electric field will in this direction, that positive to negative. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what happened? Though it is negative voltage, holes will attract to this surface. Okay, electric field is there, holes will attract to this surface. So as holes will attract, so the concentration of holes will increase at surface. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because we are giving a negative voltage.
Negative
So
voltage is there.
exactly. So holes will attract. So holes will attract at this surface. So here those P at this surface, initially when you are giving 0 voltage, the concentration at this point, and when you decrease the voltage less than 0, then concentration will increase. Okay, so that's why I have mentioned 2. 2 is nothing but V less than 0. So again, as this P substrate is equilibrium condition always, because though it says means it's an insulator, so at this point it will be always equilibrium in equilibrium condition. So if the P, the holes will increase in the substrate, so that's why the electrons will decrease.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So so anyhow we'll get that relation P into N is equal to Ni square. Okay, so one part will increase means other part will decrease because this is constant Ni.
Yes.
Okay, got this point?
Yes,
Clear or not?
yes,
Yes.
sir.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in by applying the voltage, how will be the concentration increasing, sir? How will be the concentration?
Yes. When we are giving negative voltage in the metal, okay, like this, here the negative voltage. Assume that this is negative voltage. Okay, we are giving a like in -5 voltage or -2 voltage, whatever, or -1 voltage. Okay, so this part is negative voltage.
Hmm.
So negative voltage means
It will
that
attract. It will attract.
yes, it will attract holes.
Oh.
Okay, there is electron. So that if it will attract holes, then at this surface, the whole concentration will increase or not. So initially it is a constant 10 to the power 16. Now the whole concentration will increase.
Mhm.
Okay, so it will increase in order, means 10 to the power 7 or 10 to the power 18 like that. So that's why logarithmic scale I have showing in this way. Okay.
Yes.
If I'll show it in a linear, means one order means it 10 times. So that part I have shown in the linear in the down image. Okay. So this part clear or not? First image.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everyone. So
Yes,
because
sir.
because it will in the next all over the course this basics is required. Okay. So now come to the next picture. Here, see, this is the carrier concentration logarithmic scale. Now I have shown same thing, that concentration of holes at this image. This is in linear scale. Okay, so linear scale means though it is logarithmic scale, it will show small space, but it is the linear scale means suppose it is 2 orders, it's 20 times. Okay, 100 times. So just I am saying that part. So this point, the pileup of charge, positive charge holes will create at this surface due to this electric field. Okay, so it is in a linear scale. So it is generally called as positive sheet charge. So due to this negative voltage. Okay, so got this point?
Yes, sir.
So this this feed, the pilot part, it is there in the semiconductor area because
Yes,
we have-
semiconductor. This is surface because this part is oxide and this is silicon. So at this surface, okay, at this boundary, charges, it will be a sheet charge. Means almost all charges, means most of the holes will attract and it will stay here because it will not go in it will not go this side through this
It will create
insulator.
a channel, I guess. Means
Yeah, we can't say channel, but just think about a sheet charge. Okay, so though it's a negative voltage, it will attract and that will deposit here, so it will create a sheet charge. Okay, Very qualitative analysis. Got the point or not?
Yes, sir.
So no need to think about the mathematics. Just understand from this layman language. Okay. So you are giving a negative voltage. It will attract the holes, and the holes will stay at this surface. Okay. And it will like a sheet charge. Got the point? Okay. So now come to the surface charge part. So though we are giving a negative voltage, so this part suppose it is a metal and this is oxide and this is so silicon and oxide interface. So here at silicon oxide interface, it is a positive charge. Okay, positive sheet charge. Though it's a capacitor, if a positive sheet charge will be here and equal and opposite negative charge will be here in the opposite side of the capacitor, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's why it is negative charge, same amount, it is positive charge. Okay, electric field in this direction. Okay, so this is the surface charge part, and this is the direction. Okay, so got this point. So now we will from this surface charge, we will calculate the electric field. Okay, so now see, this is negative, so that's the electric field suddenly down to some negative. And in the oxide part, there is no charges, so electric field is constant. Okay, electric field at oxide is constant, and again it is down to 0. Okay, though it is positive. So this from surface charge to electric field mapping. Got the point or not? Already you know these things. Okay, at this oxide layer, this is constant electric field because there is no charges. Okay, the constant. At this very minute distance is there. Okay, so this is from 0 to negative, and then negative to 0. Okay, so this is the oxide. This is the electric field picture of this accumulation part. Okay, now this thickness. Now every point every simple means little point is very important here. Everything is important. This is T0. T0 is thickness of oxide. Okay, so you generally denote as T0. This is thickness of oxide. Okay. So from this electric field, okay, electric field and distance is there. So you can calculate the voltage or not, the area of that electric field. Yes. So that part here, the voltage. Okay. So again, you know the electric field is this surface charge generally. Okay, generally will say that it is surface charge by epsilon OX. Okay, though it is negative, so this is minus QS by epsilon OX. Okay, this electric field quantity. So this part you got the point how it is electric field value. So minus QS because it's QS. So due to this QS, we are getting this electric field. So QX by epsilon OX. Epsilon is permittivity of the oxide. Okay, so permittivity of the oxide is nothing but epsilon 0 into epsilon R. Okay, so what is the value of epsilon R? No or no?
Yes.
So yes, it is 3.97. Okay, so relative permittivity of the oxide, silicon dioxide is around 4. Okay, it's 3.97. Exact value 3.97. So that's why I've written is approximately 4. Okay, so this electric field quantity you got how it is minus QS by epsilon x. So now from this electric field we can calculate the voltage. Yes.
Small question.
Yes.
That's when we said it was said that because we have this because of the capacitor, so equal positive charge, equal negative charge. When
Yes.
this electric field, this when we are calculating the electric field, this QS, it is basically the positive charge, or it's the total positive and the negative one.
So it is the quantity. Actually, see this Q. It is one charge, no? It's why it is and this.
Just we are taking the quantity of it. It's not the.
So this is only either Q. See this same QS is nothing but here also. This is the polarity. This is positive and this is negative.
So yes, sir.
Okay. So generally, you know, Q is equal to CV, that part. So this is Q. So that's why this is, though it's negative, it's minus Qs by epsilon naught is equal to electric. So from this electric field, we can calculate the voltage. Okay, that's surface voltage. So surface voltage is nothing but electric field into thickness of the oxide. Okay, E into T0. V is equal to E into D. Yes or no? Electric field into distance. So there the area. So it is nothing but, though it is very sheet, very delta function like. So that's why this area is nothing but the voltage. So that voltage is nothing but E into T0. Okay, and almost all voltage will drop in this oxide region. So there is no voltage at this surface potential, at its surface. So almost all voltage, whatever voltage is there, it is stored in this oxide layer. Okay, whatever negative voltage you are giving to this MOSFET, whatever negative voltage you are giving this MOSFET, so the almost all voltage will be stored in this region. Okay, oxide region. So that's why this V is equal to E into T0. Okay, so E is nothing but minus Qs by Ex, and this is T0. Okay, so again you can write Qs is equal to minus V into epsilon x by T. Just solve this equation. Okay, so Qs is equal to minus V into epsilon x by Tx. So this epsilon by Tx is nothing but the COx. Okay, capacitance of the oxide. Clear or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So if you are clear, then it will be, it's very easy to go forward. Okay, so up to this, how you are giving we are giving a negative voltage, how the P substrate means concentration of P increases, concentration N decreases, then how will means it is assumed as a sheet charge, then what is the surface charge. Okay, then what is the electric field? From that electric will calculate the voltage. Okay, so from that voltage it is finally we got Qs is equal to minus V into Cox. So that means this is the Q. When you will from here, just remember, when you will draw the QV characteristics curve of MOS junction. Okay, QV means Q versus voltage. So initially this part will come. So this Q, that time you will say that this part is equal to a linear function of Cox. Okay, so Q is nothing but it's a linear function. If you increase the voltage in negative direction, the surface charge will increase. Yes or not? It will be like this, means it is a straight line. Okay, and in negative direction, means if you will increase the voltage, then it will increase at negative voltage and it will decrease and it will zero at V is equal to 0. So got this point? What is the Q versus B at accumulation region? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So,
Okay, thanks. So now we cover the accumulation region less than B. So what we will do next, we will go the depletion region. Okay, so accumulation is completed. Depletion region. Depletion region means when we will increase the voltage from 0. Okay, so here if you will give the voltage greater than 0, okay, what will happen? See here again same picture, more elaborative way. So the concentration P is constant at 1 means this is V is equal to 0. This is constant. Okay, N is constant. This is N. Now we will increase the voltage. V is greater than 0. So at this two case, once we will increase the V, that means we will give a positive voltage to the gate. What will happen?
Repulsion, sir.
The electrons will
Okay, electric field direction. Yes, electric. Yes, electric field
concentration
direction.
will increase.
Very nice. Electric field direction will be from metal to semiconductor. It's positive
Three
to
to
yes. So
metal
though
to silicon.
yes, metal to silicon. So though positive voltage is here, so first it will what it will do? It will repel the holes. It will repel the holes from the surface. Yes or no?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Or other way you can say it will attract the electrons towards the surface. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got that. So when you will increase V greater than 0, so at this in the case 2, so in some voltage, the P concentration, hole concentration will decrease at surface. Similarly, the electron concentration increase at the surface because this is in equilibrium. Okay, if P will decrease, then N will increase. That's why N into P is equal to Ni square. That is always constant. Okay, so this is P in decreases and N increases. Okay, and don't think about the mathematics. Just understand from this graph. So this is logarithmic graph. Okay. Now again, what we will do? We'll increase more voltage. Okay. So V3 will give V3 that is greater than V2. Means at this condition, whatever was the voltage will increase from that. Okay. That means V3. So at this V3, what will happen? Again, electric field will increase. Yes or no? So again, it will repel the holes and it will attract the electrons. Yes or no? So now the condition will come, the whole concentration will come down here and electron concentration will come here. Now this situation, this is very, very important situation. In this situation at 3 case, you will see the whole concentration and electron concentration exactly equal to intrinsic concentration. Okay, so in this stage, we can say Ns. Okay, the surface charge, generally we call it surface charge, Ns. Okay, it's not electron or hole. Surface charge is equal to Ps is equal to Ns. Means this Ps and Ns is equal to Ni. Okay, and surface N, surface P is equal to Ni. Got the point? Now, after that, what we will do? Again, we will increase voltage from V3. Once we will increase, again what will happen? P will decrease, the concentration of hole will decrease, or hole will repel towards right side. Hole will repel, and electrons will increase. Okay. So at this condition, see the N. Okay. The N concentration, electron concentration is equal to ball concentration. Okay, holes concentration at ball. This is this level. Just see. This is the whole concentration at ball. Okay. Now due to this voltage, positive voltage V4, the electrons come here. Okay, this electron concentration reach this point. That means at V4, the electron concentration is equal to hole concentration. Okay. That means we can say at this surface, okay, this surface is inverted. Okay. Inverted means it was initially N. So this N is come to P and this P is come to N. This is inverted. Okay. So this point is nothing but the inversion point. Strong inversion point. Okay. Now you can see the down picture. So initially at picture 2, okay, at picture 1, at the voltage level 1, its voltage is 0. So there is no depletion. So if we give the voltage greater than 0 at 2 condition, this amount of region, okay, it is depleted. This part is depleted, means from surface to this distance, the holes are depleted towards this right side. Okay, only the Na minus means acceptor, means negatively charged acceptor impurities are there here. Okay, negatively charged acceptor impurities. Okay, only. Then once you give more voltage, then this condition will come. Means more depletion region up to 3. When you will give the 4, again more depletion. Okay, so this is the depletion distant. And similarly, at this 4 voltage, okay, this V4, the electrons will come to this point, concentration of P. So that's why a C charge of electrons is shown. Okay, this part is nothing but the ionized, negatively ionized impurity, and this is the electrons. Okay. Now you can see. So here this part is called depletion, but it is, this whole region is nothing but the depletion plus inversion. It's not only, means not only depletion, this depletion plus inversion. Okay, so up to this point, okay, up to this point we'll say, so up to this point we will say depletion, but after this V3 is weak inversion starts. Okay, so V3 less than V less than 4, this Ni less than equal to Ns less than equal to P0. So this part, when P reached to this and N reached to this, so at this point a small inversion started. Okay, that is called weak inversion. Okay, and strong inversion started after this point. Okay, once the voltage, positive voltage reaches, means greater than V3, okay, V4 greater than V4 greater than V3, at that point strong inversion started. Means when the channel invert from P to N, so initially this surface was P, now it is invert to N. At this surface you can see N is nothing but equal to P, bulk concentration. So that's why it's a strong inversion point started from that point. Okay, where Ns is greater than P0. So at this point, it will increase the V more than V0, V4. This concentration of N will increase the P concentration. Okay. Now, depletion is nothing but the removal of majority carriers. That thing I discussed. Okay. And finally, you can see the charge balance equation. P is equal to nothing but N plus Na. N, this part is N, and this whole region is the Na minus. Okay. So ionized, negatively charged ionized impurity. Okay, and here this is the P at the bulk. Okay. So this part you understood or not? How it will increase the voltage, how this is increasing the depletion region. Okay, finally how the electrons come to this surface. Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So finally, so that thing means here from accumulation, depletion, then weak inversion, then strong inversion. So everything summarized in this picture. Okay. So here this is Ns. Ns means surface charge. Okay, surface charge Ns. This are surface concentration. Okay. So in log scale. So when it is N0. Okay. So before that it is accumulation. Okay. Now when it is P0, okay, Ns is equal to P0, means the bulk concentration. Surface charge is the electron concentration at surface, is the concentration of bulk. So that time it is strong inversion, and in between this is called depletion. But when the surface charge is equal to intrinsic concentration, here when the surface charge is equal to intrinsic concentration, at this point, after this point, we can say it's weak inversion. Okay. So at this point, you can say this weak inversion. So it's called depletion region because depletion anyway it will continue. Okay, if you increase the voltage, depletion will continue, but the electrons will also increase in this region. Okay, so that's why it is weak inversion, this part. Okay, so the correct corresponding voltage is nothing but the flat band voltage. Okay, so at this point, this is flat band voltage. There is no bending. Okay, that surface charge is N0 and this is P0, no bending. This is flat band voltage. Okay, once you will increase the voltage at this Vt threshold voltage, so it is P0. Okay, at P0, this Ns is equal to P0. So this point it is called Vt threshold voltage. So after that, the surface charge will increase, heavily increase. Okay, so these three regions: accumulation region, depletion region, strong inversion region, then weak inversion. These regions are very, very important. How it is formed. Then means in that region, okay, or boundary of that region, what is the concentration of surface charge? Okay, and related to that, what is the flat band voltage? Okay, at this boundary, what is the flat band voltage? Okay, and what is the threshold voltage? Okay, so this thing is the summary of this whole thing what I have discussed. Okay, so for this ideal mass, okay, the flat band voltage is 0. Okay, because at 0 voltage, no bending of that that surface means that P whole concentration or N concentration. There is no band bending. So that's why for ideal mass, this is flat band is equal to 0. Okay. So this thing I have mentioned here in a figure. So at V0, this is constant. So EC or EV, or you can say energy of conduction band, energy of valence band, or P0 or N0. Okay, so and we will assume always is uniformly doped surface. Okay, so up to this you understood or not? So up to this, if you have any doubt, then you can ask now. So after that, we will take a 5 minutes break. Then we'll start the next part.
Okay, sir.
Soumya, Akanksha, so everyone
Yes, sir.
understood? Okay. So now we are feeling easy how we will means analyze the device structure in very simple way. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you. So we'll pause the record. So after 5 minutes, we'll start again. Okay. So okay. So we have already discussed this accumulation region, depletion region, strong inversion region, and also in depletion region, a part of the region is weak inversion also, and corresponding voltage also. Okay, that is flat band voltage and threshold voltage. So this threshold voltage is important. So when the surface is inverted means initially it was when the voltage was 0, it is completely the concentration is P, means is completely holes was there as at ball concentration, but at this voltage, okay, the voltage at which the surface is inverted is completed is P0 is equal to Ns is equal to P0. So that voltage is called threshold voltage. Okay, so here I have denoted as threshold voltage. This is the threshold, means after this voltage, the means the electrons, the concentration of electron heavily comes to this surface. Okay, so after that the depletion region will be not extended more, but the mobile ions, mobile electrons surrounding this surface or near to the surface will come to the surface and will deposit. Okay, it will increase heavily. Okay, so this threshold, at this threshold voltage, this part is very, very important. That's why we will discuss this threshold voltage. What are the things in their MOSFET? Okay, so at this threshold voltage we will discuss. So here you can see this is the linear scale. This part, this is MOS. This part is depletion of the holes. Okay, this part is the depletion of holes. Okay, so there is, it's all over this area is Na minus. Okay, negatively charged ionized atoms. Okay, ionized impurities are there. So Na minus. So this is actually is simply like Corby, but it's abrupt ending. We can assume this is a abrupt ending. Okay. So it's approximation. Okay. Now this part is Na minus. It's a negatively charged. Okay. So now this is the surface charge. So completely this is oxide. This is the negatively charged. Okay. Or depletion of holes. So now we can from this surface charge we can calculate the electric field. Okay. So this is this image actually very important. Try to understand. So I'll explain clearly. Just try to understand. So this is the XD. It's nothing but the depletion region. Okay. This is the extension of depletion region XD, and this is T0. Okay, and this part is nothing but the electric field. So at this surface, the electric field is very high. Okay, at this point, the electric field is almost zero. Okay, so that's why. So in this region, the electric field shape is like this. It's like triangle. Okay, so this point at surface, the electric at this point and this point is very high. That's this point. At surface, means semiconductor surface, the electric field is here, and it will zero. Gradually, it will be zero at this end. Okay. And now you can see at this boundary, according to the Gauss law, if two boundaries are there, interface means it's SiO2, it's silicon. Okay, at this boundary. So this is the epsilon E, epsilon 1 of this, and epsilon 2 of this. Okay, electric field and electric field of 2. Okay. So the according to the rule, E1 epsilon 1 into E1 is equal to epsilon 2 into electric field 2. So this thing you know or not?
Yes,
According to
sir.
Gauss law, at this
Yes, sir.
boundary, so you can see. So now epsilon 1 is nothing but the epsilon of oxide and electric field of oxide here, and 2 means it is epsilon of silicon, and this is the electric field at silicon surface. Okay, this is at boundary. Okay, so both are, it is continuous. The electric field is continuous. That's why. So EOX means charge is continuous. It's EOX into epsilon OX into electric field, and epsilon SI into electric field of silicon. So now you can calculate from here. EOX is equal to this part, ESI into ES by epsilon OX. Okay, so now you know epsilon SI and epsilon EX is 3. Okay, so previously I said epsilon AX is equal to around what? Epsilon OX around 4.
11.7.
Epsilon SI is around 11 point something.
Sir, yeah.
7.
Yes.
11.
So, yeah, it's approximately 12. Epsilon SI is approximately 12. Okay. So this is approximately 4 and this is approximately 12. So that's why this epsilon SI by epsilon OX is equal to 3. Okay. So electric field at oxide equal to 3 into ES. Okay. Electric field at semiconductor surface is 3 times. Okay. So that's why at surface, semiconductor surface, this is the electric field value. Now the EOX, oxide, electric field of oxide is 3 times of this. Okay, so that's why this is 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. Okay, this is step. So this is the electric field at oxide. So now you can see it's positive again. It will starting from 0 to here. Okay, it's a very seed charge. That's why the electric field starting from here to this. Then this part is constant, and this part is the 3 times of electric field of silicon. Okay, and here the silicon field electric field is high, and gradually it will decrease at this interface, means depletion region end of this depletion region, it is 0. So this part you understood or not?
Yes,
So
sir.
why it is 3 times?
Yes, sir.
So this is the clear picture. Okay. So from here you can means calculate everything. So once you understood this thing, you can. It's a simple algebraic things. It is not you don't have to remember all these things. Just map an image in the brain that this is the means electric field and distance figure. Then you will calculate everything from here. Now you can see this is phi s. Phi s is equal to surface potential. Okay, phi is the potential symbol. So at this is the surface potential. Okay, at this region. Okay, semiconductor surface potential. So this is generally we said it's Vt ln ns by n0, because from n0 to it will come to ns. Okay, so I can show you again. So this, so it is n0 to it is ns at this point. So that's why this difference, these to this difference, okay, it will decide the surface potential. Okay, so that's why. So Vt ln ns by n0. Okay, so again you can replace it. Vt ln ns is nothing but the bulk equivalent to the bulk P. Okay, so you can put P0 by N0. Okay, again in N0 you can put Ni square by P0. Okay, because Ni square is equal to N0 into P0. Okay, so Ni square by P0. So finally phi s at threshold. Okay, surface potential at threshold voltage. What is the surface potential? Okay, this is, if you put this way, so it will cancel, then Na by Ni square will come, then 2 will come here. So 2 Vt ln Na by Ni. So Na is nothing but P0. Okay. So it will come P0 square by Ni square. So P0 is approximately equal to Na. Okay. Which is heavily doped P semiconductor. Then almost the P0 is nothing but the acceptor doping. Okay, Na. So that's why 2 Vt ln Ni by Ni. So this is the phi s, surface potential. Okay. So what is surface potential? So when you are giving any supply voltage, it will drop in these two regions. One is oxide region, another is surface. Okay, this depletion region. So initially you can remember in accumulation region, so there was no surface charge. So means there is no depletion region. So almost all voltage stored in oxide. Yes or no? V is equal to minus Cox into that Q.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here another region is there, depletion region. So that's why this voltage will share this region and this region. Okay. That's why this is phi OX, means oxide voltage, plus phi S, semiconductor voltage. So this phi S is defined here. So at threshold voltage, means at threshold voltage, this is the maximum depletion region. Okay, so at threshold, the depletion region means surface potential at this point is nothing but 2 Vt ln Na by Ni. Clear? Okay, so we'll discuss what is phi x, but till now just understand what is the value of surface potential at this point. These to this, what is the voltage? Okay, you are giving this voltage, but this voltage is shared in two regions. One part is in the oxide region, another part is in the surface. And what is the surface potential? This surface potential is like this. You can calculate in this way. This is very simple calculation because I've already done the diode PN junction. You have how to calculate that that barrier potential. Okay, same formula. It's almost same formula. Okay, so phi s threshold is approximately equal to 2 Vt ln Na by Ni. Okay, so got this point. And this part also, how it is 3 times. This part also clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Now we can calculate Vt. Vt means this part is Vt. So Vt is nothing but phi OX plus phi S. This means potential of oxide and potential of surface. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So up to this you are clear. So how, when you are giving a voltage to the semiconductor or MOS junction, so how it is dropped, in whether in which regions it is dropped. Okay, this is only two regions. This is oxide and this surface. So now we have know this is 2 VTLN anyway, and this is phi x. So we will calculate that one. So in the next slide. So now the Vt is equal to phi OX plus 2 VTLN NI by Ni. So this part is clear. This is the phi OS. Okay, surface potential. So phi OX is equal to our potential of oxide. Hello. Sorry. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we will calculate the threshold voltage. So this threshold voltage is nothing but the oxide potential plus surface potential. Okay. So surface potential already calculated, but now the oxide potential is phi OX is equal to, this is nothing but epsilon OX into T0. Okay. Initially you calculated the electric field into the distance. Okay. So epsilon OX into T0. And again, epsilon OX is nothing but the 3 times of electric field into distance. Okay, oxide electric field into thickness of that oxide. Okay, so now you can replace this electric field, oxide electric field, with 3 ES. Okay, silicon electric field, because it's 3 times. Oh, 1 minute. 3 ES. ES by 3. It will, sorry, I can change that. Yes, it's okay. So oxide electric field is 3 times of semiconductor electric field. So it is correct. 3 ES into T0. Okay. So now you can calculate here again the phi yes also 2 VTLN already you can calculate, you have calculated, but another formula you can calculate also from that figure. Here see the area, this is the area XD is the half base into height. Okay, the area, it's a triangle, yes or no? This is the electric field, and the voltage
Yes,
will be the area under this region. This is a triangle, so the voltage will half XD into ES. Okay, so that thing you also put here. So this is nothing but 2 VTLN is equal to half ES into XD. Okay, so 2 VTLN NA is equal to, you can put here again XD is nothing but QD by QNA. So this XD you can calculate this XD. Okay, so this is the total, this is the Q is equal to surface charge per centimeter square. Okay, at this surface, and this is the QNA is equal to per centimeter cube. Okay, so from this equation you can calculate XD. What is the value of XD? So if you calculate XD is equal to, okay, again you will put XD is equal to ES into epsilon S into ES. Okay, at surface. Okay, Q charge is equal to epsilon S into ES, and XD is equal to ES by QNA. So this part you can calculate from here. Okay, so if you put this, so finally this part will be, so phi S will be this also, half ES into ES by QNA. So this part again you can write in this way, half epsilon S semiconductor electric field square by QNA. Okay, so this voltage is nothing but the threshold voltage, it's surface potential at threshold. So that's why you can denote as a phi T. Okay, so initially it's psi X generally we say, but though it is at threshold voltage, so you can denote as phi T. Okay, so this part clear or not? This is the simple mathematics. Just you can put the things. Okay. So here phi T is the surface potential at threshold. Okay. So now from here, from this equation, you can calculate ES. ES is equal to, okay, ES is equal to, it will ES is equal to 2 QNA phi t by epsilon s root over. Okay, this is the electric field of some. In other way, you can calculate this electric field of silicon. Okay, so now from here, from this equation, you can calculate Vt is equal to, okay, so Vt is equal to 3 ES T0 plus phi t. So this part you'll replace this part here. Okay, so 3 ES phi t. Again, you can put this electric field value, this value to here. Okay, finally it will come. And these three, instead of these three, you can put epsilon s by epsilon ox. Okay, so Vt is equal to, instead of these three, you can put epsilon os by epsilon ox, because 12 by 4 around 3. So this thing you can put. So I have written it here. Okay, finally Vt will be T0 by epsilon ox, and this part. If you will solve, if you will enter here, then it will be square. Then it will cancel. Then one ES will be there. So this is the final Vt. So now this part T0 by epsilon x, nothing but 1 by C0. Okay, because C is nothing but epsilon x by T. So it will T0 by epsilon x is equal to C0. So Vt is equal to 2 Q Na phi t epsilon s by C root over by C0 plus phi t. And phi t is nothing but 2 Vt Ln NNA by. So this is the Vt calculation. It's simple or difficult? Actually, simple thing you just put and you'll solve. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So once you will go,
Formula is difficult.
formula is difficult. So yeah, yeah, it's not difficult. This thing you know. Okay.
Yes, sir. It needs to be derived and then.
Yes, this thing you know, and this part is the area under that. That is the area of the triangle. Okay, and this is simple thing. Ex into t are 3 times of Es into t. Okay, just if you'll put, you'll get this final Vt is equal to 2q Na phi t. Phi t is the surface potential at threshold, epsilon s by C0. So finally, you can say this part. This part is voltage. So this is also voltage. If you check the dimensions, this is voltage. This should be a voltage. So that's why it is a Q, charge. So charge is, this part is nothing but Q D inversion. Okay, at inversion the depletion region charge. Okay, you can put it. Okay. So this is the Vt. Now, so based on these formulas or based on these calculations, you can solve a example. Okay. So if you have pen and paper, just write the questions and just give your approach how you will solve. The formulas are here. So just write this. Na is equal to 1.45 into 10 to the 16 per centimeter cube, and T0 is equal to, for example, it's 0.2 micrometer, and temperature is equal to 300 K. Calculate the threshold voltage of ideal mass. No, numbers are very simple, so it will easily you can solve, because it's 1.45, and the Ni is equal to 1.45 into 10 to the power 10. You can put Ni is equal to 1.45 into 10 to the power 10 per centimeter cube. first calculate phi t and just and Vt you can use 0.026, okay, 26 millivolt.
Sir, minus 0.359. The
Um,
5F, 5F.
phi t, or how much you are getting phi t?
Sir, minus 0.359.
Minus. Why it is minus? Because Na is equal to 1.45 into 10 to the 16. So phi t will not come minus. Because Na is equal to 1.45 into 10 to the 10. It will not come minus.
So 1.6 into 10 power minus. So
Sir, 0.71.
Yeah, good. 0.71. Who said Prachita?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So others are able to calculate or not? Okay. So now calculate Vt. Q is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 and phi t calculated. So epsilon s is equal to 12 into 8.54, 8.854 into the minus 14. You can put. So everyone calculated phi t or not? So after that I will show you.
Yes, sir.
Everyone. Bakar.
Yes, sir, I have not done the calculation part, but I have put in the formula that in the formula it will be, sir, 2 into Vt. Vt will be 1 point that you said.
No, I said you know or not. What is the Vt value? It's a thermal voltage. Kt by Q. What is the value of Vt? It's a number actually.
26 millivolt. It was.
Yes, 26 millivolt. You will put that.
Hmm.
And
And
Ni by Ni is the 10 to the 6 because
yes,
it will. So it's very simple
yes,
calculation.
sir.
Okay.
But I have not done the calculation, but I have put in
Okay.
the formula.
So everyone able to understood these things. Okay. So now if you put the value, then around it will come 0.72 phi t. Okay. Phi t will come 0.72. Okay. So then you will calculate C0 epsilon x by Tx. Okay. Again it will C0 will come 17.7 nanofarad per centimeter square. Okay. So if you put that, okay. So this part will come 3.26 volt. Okay, this part. Phi OX. Okay. And finally, Vt is the phi OX plus phi S. It is 3.98. It's around 4 volt. Okay. So
can you please again tell the formula of ES? ES is the area of, forgot it. What is it?
Yes, it's 12, I guess.
Yes, got it.
ESI epsilon SI is equal to 12. You can put 12.
a bit confused. I got it.
Where you are confused?
So in the formula itself, actually I mistook it as ES. I didn't get it what exactly is ES, and then later on I got that it was actually epsilon S.
No, it is not electric field. I have written this is electric field, this is epsilon. Okay, epsilon is
I just got confused somewhere.
okay. Now you are able to understand. This is the
Yes, sir.
formula in front of you. This
Yes,
is the
sir.
epsilon S. Okay, so there is no electric field value.
Sir, how will take the capacitor value, that C0?
Capacitor is equal to epsilon x by T(s), because you know that is total oxide capacitance. That is the permittivity by that
Distance.
thickness. Yeah, distance. Okay, epsilon of x by T of x. And you will always check the dimensions. Okay, so this C0 is nothing but the farad per centimeter square. Because that is the surface. So, anyone, so are you able to calculate or not? Others?
What is VT?
Yes, sir.
Satabdi, okay, you have done. Okay. What is VT? VT is equal to phi OX plus phi. Yes.
Almost as the answer. I was asking for the answers.
Answer 3.98. Are you getting 3.98?
So not giving you.
Ha-
So, I think I've made somewhere in the value. I made mistake somewhere in the values.
Okay, but in calculation you may do some mistakes, but you got the point how you will calculate this. This is the formula actually. Okay,
So,
this is
yes.
very simple formula. Just remember what is this. If you remember phi t, then all over the things you can easily calculate. Okay, this is just simple manipulation. Okay, so just to go through that. So this is finally you will get the phi t is 0.72. It's almost around that 0.7 value, that barrier potential of the semiconductor device, means that PN junction. Okay, but this part, this oxide part is very high, 3.26. So if you decrease this part, so you want to increase this capacitance. Okay, yes
Sir?
or not? Yes.
Yes.
So in the calculation part,
Yes.
in the
Where?
calculation part, but epsilon S you have written 4 into 8.854. Also EOX is 4 into 8.854. So that
No, actually.
epsilon S should be 11.7 into.
Okay,
This
sorry.
part.
Okay, this is okay. This part actually, this part it should be 12. It should be 12. Sorry. Thank you, Prachita.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
it
Yes.
should be 12. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll change that. Sorry. Yeah. So everything is now
Sir,
you got the
1.98.
1.98.
1.98. Yes, sir.
Probably you have done some mistakes.
Sir, process we have understood, sir. Process we have
Yes.
understood.
Okay. So you'll check that calculation again. Just put 12 here and check that calculation. and here in the final it's phi t you have put 0.72. So you will check that, maybe you will get the correct value. Okay, and the point is here, see, if you want to decrease the oxide voltage, so you have to increase the capacitance value. Okay, so how will increase the capacitance value? If the thickness of the oxide will be less, okay, if the thickness of the oxide will be less, the capacitance will be more. And once the capacitance will be more, then you will get less oxide voltage. That's why the Vt will be finally will be less. Now the Vt is dominated by this oxide potential. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the way. And this next thing is this part we can increase or decrease, depends upon this Na. Okay, if you increase the doping concentration on this phi t, if you increase this part, then you will get more voltage. If you decrease this part, you will less voltage. So these things you can do in these two parts, phi t and phi ox. So either you can play with C0 by changing this thickness, and also you can play with Na. Okay, if you increase, then this part will increase. If you decrease, this part will decrease. So in this way you can undo this. Okay, so now this is up to Vt you have done, and also you have calculated a simple problem, solved one simple problem. So now we will go the case 3, when the supply voltage will be less than greater than Vt. So what will happen when you will increase the supply voltage greater than Vt? Okay, so from this point the strong inversion will start. Okay, this is the threshold point. So means up to this weak inversion was there. So from this strong inversion will be there. That means at this surface the electron concentration will be heavily increase. Okay, so now the electron concentration will heavily, it will come from the surrounded mobile electrons. It will this surface charges. Okay, it's nothing but it will the depletion will extend, but it will generally it is the mobile electrons surrounded by this surface. Okay, so due to that the surface charge will increase heavily, and the extension of the depletion zone will be less. So after that, whatever the requirement of the charge, because you are increasing the supply voltage here, positive voltage, so it will attract the electrons. That electrons, okay, that negative charge will come from the mobile charges, mobile ions from this region, not from this part. Okay, so that's why the depletion region will be extension of depletion will be less and less. Okay, and the mobile electrons coming from this area. Okay, so now you can see here once you increase more than that. Okay, if you increase the V is equal to greater than Vt, so you can see the concentration of surface charge increases from the bulk. So initially it was block. So now at Vt the surface concentration is here. Now after Vt, more than Vt, the surface concentration is here. Okay, so if you will plot in the linear way, so you can see at the inner part. So inner part is the 4. This is at Vt, but if you will increase the voltage, this part is 5, number 5. Okay, is the more and more electrons coming from this near surfaces. Okay, and you can see the extension of that depletion region is very low. Okay, because the requirement is fulfilled by these mobile electrons, so no need to extend again. Okay. Now if you convert that to surface charge, so here this is one charge. Okay, this charge, negative charge, is due to the negatively charged acceptor impurities, and this is the negatively charged by the mobile electrons. Okay, these two charges. Okay, initially at depletion this was only there, Okay, this part was not there, but now this part added due to the mobile electrons. Okay, and if you increase more and more, very slightly it will increase the depletion region, but this part will be heavily increases. Okay. So generally we will say it is QI, means inversion charge. This is QD, depletion charge. So both are negative. Okay, and this 4 is nothing but at VT, and this 5 is more than VT. Okay, so this is the surface charge figure. So now this part I have written in. Before threshold voltage, the charge comes from the negatively charged ionized acceptors. Before threshold voltage, after threshold voltage, the more charge comes from the
Sir?
electrons. Yes.
Sir, why that QI is increasing rapidly means in and that it is electrically neutral now, means the number of negative charge equal to number of positive charge, means all the electrons will be submitted at one side, means all the positive side will be also be equal, I guess.
This side, positive side,
No,
metal side.
no, QI, where it is QI.
So it is negatively, all are the negatively charged. Okay, so if you means equilibrium condition, this plus this, okay, this charge plus this charge into P0 is equal to Ni square. Definitely, this equilibrium condition are always there. Okay. So that P part I have not talking about, or I have not shown here. But once this is this plus this into P. Okay, this is means that Ns plus Na minus into P0 is equal to Ni square. That always will maintain. Okay. So these three things important. So after the threshold voltage, more and more charges coming from the electrons rather than the depleting the holes. So the holes will not deplete, means the extension of the depletion will be not more. So it is the mobile electrons. Okay. The extra negative charge required for the semiconductor which comes from the mobile electrons, which are very close to the surface. Okay, which are very close to surface. From that, the electrons will come and sit here. Okay. So finally, this thing I'll show you the QV characteristics. So initially in the accumulation region, you have calculated that Q is equal to or V is equal to minus Q by Q into C. Yes or not? Q is equal to minus V into COX. Yes or no? Initial first in the accumulation region.
Yes, sir.
Okay, when the voltage means supply voltage will increase in negative direction, that charge will increase. Okay, so that accumulation is in here, and here you can see QS is nothing but QD plus QI. This surface charge, okay, here is QD plus QI. Okay, initially it was QD. At threshold it is QD, but QI added. Okay, and QS nothing but is equal to QD depletion. During depletion, this was QD, but at inversion, this is QD inverse, QD plus QI. Generally, at inversion or at threshold, we denote it as QD in plus QI at inversion. So this thing. Now you can I can explain it. You can see. So once the depletion region, the depletion will increase when we will increase the voltage. Okay. So there are two parts. One part will linearly increase. If you remember that equation, or you know, relate to that equation. Yeah.
Sir, that QI is the implanted ions or implant.
Where that QI, this part.
Yes, sir.
Not implanted ions. there are mobile electrons inside the means that semiconductor near to the surface. So a lot of mobile electrons are there. That will attract by this positive voltage.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So so now I'll give the more explanation on the next slide. So just remember this is the accumulation region. So this is the completely linear function, and this is the combination of one quadratic plus one linear. Okay, one linear in negative direction, one quadratic in the positive direction. Finally, this in the depletion region, this type of curve will get. Means when you increase the voltage, you will get this type of curve. Okay, it will slightly increase in negative direction. Okay, but when it will touch the threshold point, this point is threshold. Okay, when you will touch the threshold point, so this charge, okay, this negative charge, depletion charge will not increase more. Okay, it will not increase, slightly it will increase as I have shown you. Okay, this part it will slightly increase, but this part, this qi increase heavily. So that's why this is the qi, this part it will increase heavily. So three parts is the accumulation, in the depletion this part will work, and after the threshold both will work, this depletion and inversion. So depletion charge will increase very slowly, but the inversion charge will increase very heavily. Okay, so that's why the sum, so this inversion will dominate. So finally this is your profile. So from accumulation, then depletion, then inversion. Okay, so though it is heavily increases, so finally the sum is in this way. Okay, so got the point? What is the QV characteristics of this mass? Okay, so it will relate that voltage also. So here only I'll show you the phi t, how phi t increases, and it will almost same at Vt. Okay, so this is phi s is nothing but at threshold, this is called as phi t. Okay, so this phi s is equal to Vt ln ns by n0. Okay, so it will increase at threshold voltage. So once it will increase in the orders, so this is the part, this is Vt. So what will, though it is logarithmic function, okay, so if you will increase, the multiplication part is very small. Okay, this is logarithmic part. Okay, if you will increase what in the 10th order, then you will get first the value. Suppose ln 10 to ln 100, what is the value? A logarithmic 10 to logarithm 100, it's just double. Okay, so though it is a logarithmic function, so whatever value will increase ns, so that will not much impact on this phi s. So that's why after Vt, this value almost constant. It will increase, but it's almost constant. Okay, so as ns increases, phi s, but ns is the logarithmic function, so phi s increases very slowly. Okay, so this part after Vt, the phi t part. Okay, in Vt, the phi t part, this phi s or phi t, this part phi t part almost constant, only this part will increase. Okay, so that thing we will discuss. So clear this graph, everyone? How, what is the Q in the accumulation, what is the Q in the depletion, what is the Q in the inversion? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So next, surface charge, electric field, and after Vt. So this thing, this is the Qd part, and this is Qi, and this is the positive charge, positive voltage you are giving. Now you can see the electric field part. So how will map this to this electric field? So here initially during the depletion, this was the electric field part.
Sir, we have a class right now.
So we have, yes, sir.
Okay, you have a class. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll start from here. No, Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So up to this, you understood or not? So
Yes, sir, it was
okay.
understood.
Okay,
Yes,
just
sir.
yeah, I'll share this slide. So just go through that, and please, if you have any doubt, then we'll discuss on Wednesday. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.